Motion graphics can make complex ideas easier to understand, but they take a lot of time to create. I gave Poko Motion 4 real assignments using a website, a white paper, an ebook, and a research project. Every test produced a quality video I could actually use, and it saved me time. Happy Friday, or whatever day of the week it is for you. I'm Dr. Atia Martin, and on this channel, I provide practical guidance on tools and approaches that support the resilience of the real work involved in running businesses, nonprofits, government agencies, and other purpose-driven organizations. Poko Motion gave me access to the platform so I could review it. Some of the links connected to this video are affiliate links, which means I may receive a commission if you purchase through them. As always, I'm going to show you what I tested, what it produced, and what I really think about it. I created 4 videos. For the first, I used Poko Motion's URL to video feature on its own website. Then I tested 3 projects related to All ACE's Integrated Resilience Framework. I used the white paper to video feature to explain the framework itself. I tested the PDF to video using All ACE's Resilience Imagined, Thriving in Turbulence, an ebook that we offer, and I used research to video to explore how the Integrated Resilience Framework applies to the work of my nonprofit, Next Leadership Development. I was not testing whether Poko Motion could create a polished sample from a carefully written prompt. I wanted to know whether it could take the content purpose-driven organizations already have and turn it into motion graphics we could actually use. So let's look at the video I created that is based on the Poko Motion website. Turn any project into a polished motion video. Point Poko at a repo, website, a PDF, or a slide deck. The agent scans your source and extracts brand colors, fonts, and copy. It writes a script, builds every scene, and adds motion and transitions automatically. Watch the live preview update in real time as the agent works. Don't like a scene? Just describe the edit in chat. Slow a zoom, swap the colors, add music, or swap the logo. The agent edits the code for you. Everything renders locally, right on your own machine. No cloud queue, no render limits, and no upload late. Your source files never leave your device. Only the tokens the model needs travel over the network, never your files. An M-Series Mac renders a 30-second video in under 60 seconds. Built for indie hackers, marketers, video editors, and agencies alike. Start free and ship your next video today. I've already uploaded the PDF. I am now in the AI chat that is meant for me to tell Poko Motion how I want it to translate the document into a motion graphic. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want a 60-second animated summary of the key concepts in Resilience Reimagined. In Resilience Reimagined, provide supporting graphics for concepts following color palette and use the following color palette and associated shades. And here we go. While that project is generating, let me just show you the interface. Poko Motion is a software that you download onto your desktop, and it is supported by a web-based portal. So right now we're looking at the desktop version. Here's the project for Resilience Reimagined, the generation that it is putting together. So that's the only project I have run since I have gotten access. Here are the animations that are in the system. Uh, and these are the types of animations that it brings into the generations it creates. Here are the settings where you can add your LLM. You can choose from voices across Poko, their own voice model, Cartesia, 11 Labs, and you can clone your own voice, which is what I did for my project. So we'll see how that turned out. For studio settings, these are your generation defaults. So you can show the beat sheet, you can generate a voiceover, which I have turned on. You can add background music, you can add sound effects. I did not turn any of those things on. I'm just doing a first pass. The connections, so you can add an MCP server so that you can use other tools, other AI agents to manage your Poko Motion account and remix the power of Poko Motion with other tools and content to create new and exciting motion graphics. And then finally, skills. If there are skills that you want to bring into Poko Motion, you can upload them here. Usage, this is that web portal I was mentioning earlier and allows us to see our usage. It allows us to see our usage. That's what's on the home. I just clicked on the home tab and I'll walk through these separately. So on the home tab, it just explains how Poko Motion works. The home tab or page is where you also can download the appropriate version of the software for your computer. The space is where you can add spaces to separate different projects and keep your work organized. This is great if you're an agency or have multiple, or if you have different projects that are not completely related to one another and you want to keep your assets and things separate. Workspaces are great for that. And depending on your plan determines how many workspaces you have available to you. Billing just shows you how the billing works. So far, I've used $1.10. So we'll see what happens at the end of the generation process. Right now, I'm on the agency plan, and thank you to Kushal who met with me to explain their goals and the story of Poko, the company Poko, and this product Poko Motion. Really fascinating, really impressive, and I'm really excited to see how it all turns out and what we think about this. So then is usage. This is where the usage button from the actual downloaded software was bringing me to. And you can see that my usage is increasing. It's now up to $1.18 as it's generating. Depending on what plan you have, you will be able to invite other people to your workspace. So here I am taking up one seat, and whoever I invite will, I can invite 4 other people through this interface. I can, I can invite 4 other people to this workspace. And then refer is for if you're a part of their affiliate program. Refer is for affiliates. Right now, I'm on the system settings for dark and light. It hasn't, my computer hasn't flipped over to dark mode yet, so I'm still in light mode. And here is my profile. So I can manage my account from here, my email address, any other connected accounts, which I'm not exactly sure what that means. If I want to connect it to Google. Now I can log in with my Google account in addition to in addition to my password. Those are the main elements of the web dashboard. Also on the web dashboard, you'll be able to find the support chat button. Here's how you can interact with their support team, including any requests related to the software experience itself. Let's go back to the desktop and see what we have going on here. I'm going to go back to projects. It looks like we are still generating. Here is the debut of Poko Motion's rendition of Resilience Reimagined as a motion graphic video. Most organizations don't fail from a lack of talent. They fail because purpose, people, and process quietly drift apart. Resilience Reimagined names the hidden ledger behind that drift, the Resilience Reserve. Every disruption makes a withdrawal. Every fair, clear, supportive practice makes a deposit. That reserve lives in 3 nested accounts: individual, community, and organizational. The framework's equation is simple. Purpose plus people plus process multiplied by justice equals real resilience. Justice is the multiplier. It decides whether everything else is authentic or only performative. Organizations grow through 5 stages: explorer, designer, builder, integrator, and steward. Left unchecked, 4 fragility loops quietly drain the reserve, starting with silence and ending in structural bias. The answer isn't heroics. It's an architecture of integrity. Systems built so doing right is doing easy. Take the free IRF Compass snapshot at elasis.io/earth and see where your reserve stands today. Not bad. That was pretty impressive. It definitely did a good job with my voice clone. I actually did it twice. The first upload I did was not the best audio quality. So I used a different voice file and uploaded that, and it really made all the difference. So that is the way that Poko Motion produces outputs. Now, in order to get that video, remember I gave it my what I wanted it to do, extract the key concepts from the ebook Resilience Reimagined. I asked it to create supporting graphics for those concepts, and then I asked it to follow a particular color palette and use associated shades, starting with these 3 colors. Once it did that, I actually had it go through and make some additional changes. Asked it to change to the new voiceover, or change to the new voice for the voiceover. I asked it to add the All Aces logo. I gave it multiple versions of the logo for a dark background and a light background, and gave it a little space and deference to make some decisions about how it laid out those logos. And then I asked it to just be mindful that if you use the logo that has the actual words, All Aces Inc., with the logo, the text, then it should make sure that it is big enough for people to read it. And then I asked it if it had any questions. It didn't have any questions. It went to work, it generated it, and it gave me back a summary of what it did. And then finally, I think I did 2 more requests. One was that it added background music, and I didn't ask for any background music. I don't have it checked off. So I had it remove the background music, and I asked it, since I didn't ask for it, is there a way to remove the background music without using any credits, any additional credits? And so it was able to figure that out, and come back and make it as an HTML edit. Then it still didn't fix it really. There's like a dot that shows up during here. during the 4 fragility loops. So when this first box shows up, that red dot really should be on the box, which it does. And then it should go to the second box, which it does not. And it kind of does its own thing. So I was trying to get it to fix that. It didn't. But also the transition sounds that it was making were very sharp and harsh and repetitive. So it was the same transition sound as it moved from slide or frame to frame. With all of that said, it then produced this final output that I just shared with you. So very impressive. I see us using this a lot. Um, One change I will definitely be making is this final page. The crop of the book cover is weird. I think what I'll do is have it just put the book cover on the back with the logo, because the full book cover has the All Aces logo. It has the book title, and only thing we would need to make sure is there is the actual URL. Other than that, we are golden. I really enjoyed the workflow of this. I'll do a separate video on the MCP process just for time's sake. This has been really fun and really exciting, but I have to wrap it on up for the night. So my aspirations of showing all of that in one video are completely torn apart. However, I will do another video just showing how the MCP connection works. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. Oh, wait, rewind. Sorry about that. Let me show you how much money I spent. So we started with a $100 balance. And from that $100, we spent $6.93. So this video we created for $6.93. By the time I make a couple more edits, perhaps, I'll probably get up to maybe $7. So that's where we are with credit usage. I am using Claude Sonnet 5. Which is kind of the middle version here or of the LLM. But I could, go up to 4.8 or Fable 5 if I really wanted to supercharge the output. That also would mean I would be supercharging the amount of money that I'm spending on credits. So it would be much more expensive. So I'm going to keep it at Claude Sonnet. It did a really good job despite some of the tweaks that I had to make, but AI is not perfect. It is a reflection of us and what we ask it to do.
Resilience isn't a trait you either have or you don't. It's a dynamic capacity produced and depleted through our relationships, systems, and structures. The integrated resilience framework locates it at 3 interdependent scales: the individual, the community, and the organization. These are not separate ladders, they are one single structure. At the individual scale, chronic stress accumulates as a low-static load. It's biological, it's measurable, and it means the account runs low. Community resilience flows through social capital, the bonding ties within a group, the bridging ties across groups, and the linking ties to institutions. For Black communities, systemic racism has undermined all 3. Organizations sit on top. They act as amplifiers, multiplying the resilience around them, or as extractors, drawing it down without replacement. This is the resilience reserve. Every disruption and injustice withdraws, and every equitable recovery and outcome deposits. The reserve moves through 3 stages. Coping holds the line. Adapting reorganizes and learns. Transforming changes the very conditions that made the harm inevitable. But celebrating how people survived, without counting what it cost them, is resilience theater. Applauding a withdrawal as if it were a deposit. This is why Next Leadership Development invests before disaster for health, wealth, and cultural resilience. Deposits made in the quiet interval compound over time. The antidote to institutional betrayal is institutional courage. Name the debt, redefine success, and invest in the interval. So the framework asks every institution 3 questions. What are you depositing? What are you withdrawing? And who carries the cost when the account runs dry?
So, very exciting, and I'm looking forward to continuing to use this. And I'm going to create some more videos and using Poko Motion and come back and share what I'm learning. Please subscribe, leave some comments, let me know what you think. And as always, I am sending so much love, hope, and intentional action.